together?
Yeah, I mean, we usually do everything together. I wish we lived together, but Tyler got a girlfriend on me, and kind of turned his back on me. So now she a part of the family too. So, but yeah, we do everything together. We go to church together, eat together, watch film together all the time. We're pretty much together every single day, honestly.
How did that come about? When did you and him first start getting close?
We really always were together, honestly. We just had he was on the field earlier than me, but I always I would never say it to his face, but I always kind of looked up to him, and so I just follow behind his footsteps, and he makes me better. So everything he does, I want to do better, and everything I do, he wants to do better. And so ever since then, we just been close. It started in the weight room. If I benched 405, he wanted to bench 410, and so it was annoying at first, but it's good competition, and all it did was make us closer, honestly.
Is what from John Blau posting career? Why do you think you and Tyler click so much? Is it personality? Is it sense of humor? What is it?
I think we're just both competitors, honestly. That's all we love to do is just compete, and 24/7, all that's on my mind is football. And the same thing with him. I get home and I think about football. Wake up, think about football. Eating, I'm thinking about football. I'm thinking about football right now, honestly. And so, he has the same mindset. And so, it would honestly just be anytime he's getting some extra work, he'd always call me. Anytime I'm getting some extra work, I'd call him. And so we just have the same mindset on and off the field. So I think that's what makes us click.
Down at the Orange Bowl, you guys sit in the locker after the game, and he was like, ask Ruke what we're going to do. And you were like, ask Tyler what we're going to do. Was it truly one of those things you guys were going to do it together no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, we were, truthfully. Honestly, I knew I was coming back way before. I'll tell y'all this right now. But I wanted him to say it. And so I'd always tell y'all to ask him, and he'd tell y'all to ask me. And so we just started that. We just kept going.
So I guess what happened in the phone conversation? Tyler said it was a phone conversation.
Yeah, he surprised me. He called me. He's like, hey, you want to come back? And I was so surprised because if anything, I was going to stay and he was going to leave. And so I was like, are you being serious? He was like, yeah. And I had the biggest smile on my face. And so ever since that phone call, I just knew I was coming back. And so here we are.
How quick was it?
It was 30 seconds. Because, TD never answers the phone, truthfully. But when he called me, I knew it was something serious. And so he's more of a texter. He's a text guy. And so when he called me, I knew he was serious. So I paused for a little bit. And then I said, yeah, I'm ready. And then that was it.
Larry Williams, TigerIllustrated.com. What was your grade from the NFL, if you don't mind?
I really don't know, honestly. I mean, I don't pay attention to that
Didn't
stuff.
even matter?
Yeah, I don't pay. It's whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Coach Eason handles that stuff, so I really don't ask, honestly.
You were outside a little bit, I think, especially in the Orange Bowl. Do you think showing your versatility is probably a important thing this year for you as you think to your future?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was recruited here to play DN, so it's still in my skill set. So I just had to show the world I can still do it, even though I put on the weight. But yeah, I think that helps my draft stock tremendously. I feel like I can play all 5 positions across the board on the D line. Anywhere you put me, I feel like I can be disruptive, especially with the help of the guys next to me like TD, XT, and Maskell. And so they help me be successful. So I think it's very easy for me to play anywhere across the line because I got those guys right behind me.
Is Clemson becoming D-line U?
Becoming? I think we've been D-line U, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, I could go down the list, starting Grady Jarrett, Sean Williams, Refrigerator Perry. It's just so many guys you can name that have not only been successful at the college level, but at the next level. And so I feel like we're D-line U, and I feel like it's up to us, this next wave to show the world that we're still D-line U.
Everyone's kind of been buzzing about Peter Woods, but as far as the other freshman D linemen are concerned, is there anybody that you feel like isn't talked about enough so far, or anybody that surprised you?
All of them surprised me, honestly. Vic, Steph, and Peter, they're tremendously ahead of where I was and where TD was when we first came in. They do things that me and TD didn't start doing until our sophomore and junior year. And so seeing them, come in already that advanced and having a coach like Nick Eason to back them is scary to see what they'll be in the next 2-3 years. I expect some of them to be gone in 3 years, and I hope it all works out for them.
Is it nice? What's it like having a coach like Eason who's been there, done that? It must be a great learning experience for you guys.
It is, honestly. I think he's the best D-line coach in America, truthfully. You know, he's played at this level, and not only at this level, at this school. So he takes a different level of pride in it, and he instills that in us, you know. He knows what it's like to be out there in fall camp with tendonitis in your knee or your ankle's hurting and pushing through. And, you know, he knows how to take care of us, but at the same time, he always pushes us. And that's one of the best things I like about him. You know, he doesn't matter if you're a freshman, a fifth-year senior like me or TD. He's gonna get in your butt the same way. And so I feel like that's what just pushes us to be great. And just seeing how hard he works, it makes me want to just go out there and put it out on the line for him. You know, just seeing that he would do the same for me. Why not do the same for him while I'm out on the field?
I know you're all about football right now, but this past spring and summer, did you ever get a chance to show off your basketball skills to the young guys?
Definitely. Every time I bring up basketball, everybody thinks I'm joking. But, like, I think I have to just pull up my high school films, you know? I don't want to brag too much, but, you know, they call me LeBron James, but I don't want to get on that today. And, you know, but, yeah, I have to show them. Every time they call me out, we got a basketball court in there, so I say, I'll just show you. And then I show them. I don't think nobody on the team has beat me one-on-one or at horse, honestly. I'm like 100-0.
What specifically to those freshmen, what are they doing that you said that you and Tyler weren't doing until you're...
Just the physicality. You know, Peter, he's coming in, how old is he, 17, 18? He's coming in benching 475. You know what I'm saying? That's unheard of. And, you know, he's benching 475 as an 18-year-old. Imagine when he turns to 20, 21. Especially with the strength coach like Dennis Love. You know, he's one of the greatest strength coaches out there, him and Coach Batson. Just things like that, just their strength, their footwork, and their knowledge of the game. Like, it took me about a year to pick up the playbook because we had a big playbook. Peter picked it up a couple weeks. Steph Allen picked it up in a couple weeks, and so did they. And so just their knowledge of the game, you know, it's just things that me and TD had to learn along the way. TD was always smarter. He's one of the smartest football players I know, honestly. But the way they just pick things up so fast, it's just scary to see.
Ruke, Cole Drawer, ClemsonSportsMedia.com. What are your expectations for this year's defense coming in year 2 under Coach Gilbert?
The best defense in America, best defense in the nation. You know, I feel like we should just go out there and be dominant and be us. And I can go down the list of guys we have: Barrett Carter, Jeremiah Trotter, R.J. Mickens, Jalen Phillips, Sheridan Jones. I mean, keep going. You know what I mean? And so just the type of guys we have, and not only that, the depth. You know, we could put the second group in there, the third group in there, and there'll be no drop off. And so I feel like my expectation for us is just to dominate, go out there and dominate, and be the #1 defense.
What kind of difference do you see in Peyton Page so far?
Man, don't get me started on Peyton. He came in, 400 pounds? He's what did he weigh in at, like 308? You know what I'm saying? And losing almost 100 pounds, I feel like that should show the maturity and the development in him. And not only did he lose that weight, he became more athletic, you know? He's an athlete, he's big, strong, fast, physical, and I just can't wait to see, you know, how this year turns out for him, coming off a little injury. But when I watch him play out there, it's like it didn't even happen, you know? He's just going out there wrecking shop, and, you know, that's what we need on this team, a big anchor in the middle that can go out there and anchor it down for us.
I guess just looking back on last year, how do you feel about the pass rush in terms of how consistently you guys got after the quarterback? And is that something you feel like you can improve this year?
I feel like we did a decent job. I mean, we had 40 sacks plus, whatever, but we could have did way better, you know? And that's just me personally. I don't ever get satisfied, you know, and I wanted us to go out there and get a sack every play. And so that's just always gonna be my mindset. So I truly will never be satisfied, but I think we could have did, you know, a tremendously better job. And so I feel like that's what we're gonna do this year, where we have the tools to do it. So all we have to do is just go show it instead of talking about it.
Is there anything in particular you learned from Coach Eason that helps kind of improve in that aspect?
Yeah, he teaches us moves on moves. That's all he teaches, and violent hands, quick feet, and just learning more about the game. It's easier to recognize when the offensive line is going to pass set or when they're going to run set, and so I feel like that helps us have an edge on them. especially with the film study and learning tendencies and stuff like that. So it'll be easier for us to know when it's time to pass rush or when it's time to anchor down.
Going back to Tyler, you guys will probably be playing on different teams next year. Dabo's always saying, you know, the days are long, the years are short. How are you guys kind of attacking these last few months as teammates together?
Yeah, I mean, every day I tell them, let's just go out there and empty it. You know, we owe it not only to ourselves, but we owe it to this great program to just empty the tank. You know, the city of Clemson and the fans and the people out there, they poured so much into us, so why not give it back out to them? So every day I tell them, let's just, if somebody told you today was your last day, like how would you live it? You know what I'm saying? And so I told them, let's just practice every day like it's our last practice. And so we're out there hell on wheels, running around, running into people. And so I feel like we're gonna do that every day, and we're gonna just look up, and we're gonna be in the national championship, and then you know, we're gonna look up again, and God willing, be drafted.
Obviously, KJ no longer here. He's a very vocal guy. Who do you feel like are the leaders on this defense?
There's so many leaders. You know, we have a lot of fifth-year seniors and some six-year guys. And not only that, so we have a lot of young guys that can lead too. So it's not like I can't just appoint, you know, can't call out a certain amount of leaders, but there's a lot of them, you know, especially a lot on defense and a lot on offense. Especially Cade, you know, he's coming into himself, being more vocal. I see him out there, you know, controlling the offense and stuff like that. And so that's the type of stuff I like to see. That's the stuff that makes me smile and gives me hope for this year.
Do you feel like you've stepped up in that department at all? I guess, is there any adjustment? In terms of
Definitely, yeah. I feel like I've stepped up. I feel like I have to talk double because TD doesn't talk. So I just say everything for him because I already know what he wants to say. And so I say it for him. So I talk for me and him sometimes. Like he probably says a total of 10 words out there on the football field. You know, he does his talking with his pads, but I do my talking with my pads in my mouth too. And so, yeah, I definitely feel like I've stepped up. I feel like I had to step up, you know, and give this team what they needed in order to, you know, get to our end goal.
Anyone else for Ruke? All right, Ruke. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. God bless.
Thank you.